Hello! What's up, friends, family, colleagues, coworkers, acquaintances, whoever happens to be viewing this video. If you're following me on Instagram, you'll know that earlier yesterday, because I'm posting today, I had asked whether I was going to do a video on me being left-handed or martial arts, and being left-handed won. I'm sorry for those of you that are looking forward to a martial arts video. I actually had notes written up for it. Earlier today, someone asked me a question about what makes you unique and how has it affected your life. Just in different societies, whether it's your skin color, your class, your wealth, whatever stigmas, caste system, class system, whatever perception, stereotypes were there, across the board, hands down, being left-handed is not a good trait. Sorry if I'm talking a little weird. I have this, every now and then I get these weird sores in my mouth and I can't really move my tongue a certain way. This is more or less where that false Canadian accent comes from. I think it has to deal with like when I got braces or something, it just scarred up my mouth. It's again, another video. Today we're talking about me being left-handed. Left-handedness. I was born left-handed. I don't know, this feels like a coming out video, right? In elementary school, I remember I had a lot of teachers that would tell me that I was very smart, very different, very creative, outside of box thinking, but I just lacked the focus, or there was like a miscommunication or a disconnect between the information that was given and the information I was perceiving. And it was during this time, it was those same teachers that noticed that I was left-handed, and every now and then it would tell me like, oh man, if you were born just a generation before, or back in my day, that wouldn't be allowed. So I've heard stories of people being born left-handed, being forced to use their right hand for writing, or just in life, like when they were learning how to write or whatever, their teacher would like slap their hand or like tie their hand behind their back and make them use their right hand. Before I get into my life story, I'm going to read off some facts from this article in 2017 on left-handed people. 10 to 12% of the people on Earth are left-handed people. Some scholars note that left-handers may be one of the last unorganized minorities in society because they have no collective power and no real sense of common identity. Additionally, left-handers are often discriminated against social, educational, and religious institutions. That I can testify to. Many sources claim that left-handers may die as many as 9 years earlier than right-handed people. That's just one of the perks of being left-handed in a right-handed world. The word left comes from the Anglo-Saxon word lift, or L-Y-F-T, which means weak or broken. Phrases in English suggest a negative view of left-handedness. Example, a left-handed compliment is actually an insult, and a left-handed marriage is not a marriage, but an adulterous liaison. Famous left-handed intellectuals include Albert Einstein, Isaac Newton, Charles Darwin, and Benjamin Franklin. Many artistic representations of the devil show him to be left-handed. I think this is where things go downhill. In witchcraft texts in medieval Europe, it was the left hand that was used to harm or curse another person. I'm a Christian, by the way, so I'm pretty familiar with the whole left hand is bad, right hand is good. I think someone asked me the question. Someone asked me if I was evil because I was left-handed. Here's one that I relate to. The research suggests that left-handers are slightly more prone to allergies and asthma than right-handed people are. When I was younger, I had really bad allergies. I think I almost died one time because I ate something. I'm over it now, but the best days are ahead of me. Studies have shown that if a left-hander injures his dominant hand, he has an easier time learning how to use the other hand than right-handed people. I actually broke my collarbone, so like when it was broken, I couldn't really pick up my hand or like use it. During those 6 weeks of recovery, I was able to actually use my right hand. Because of this, I found out this on accident. I can actually write on a whiteboard or on a chalkboard with my right hand, and no one can tell the difference. I don't know if it's because my penmanship's already bad, but I read an article a few months ago stating that if you're left-handed, your brain's more symmetrical, and you're more likely to be ambidextrous. More likely to be ambidextrous if you're left-handed, just because of the way it works in the brain. So that's about it for facts. So all throughout school, I have these very two polar opposite expectations of me. The first one being ultra genius, super ultra plus creative person, and the other one being a complete loser that has no idea what he's doing. And so I kind of grew up with that. Like, I grew up with this mentality that, you know, I have all this potential, but if I ever attempted to achieve my goals, my dreams, I'd always come second. I think somewhere between around the age of 12 or 13, I decided that I was just gonna be great. You know, I was gonna focus on my strengths and not worry too much on my weaknesses until it became a problem. You know, just kind of fortify what I'm weak in and focus on what I'm strong in. And the moment they find out you're left-handed, it was like, oh, that explains everything. That explains why you're so weird, or that explains why you're so different. I think it even went to say like, oh, you're left-handed, so you're not smart, you're just artistic. I didn't take it too personal because I mean, they weren't aware of what I was capable of. And I feel like that's true with a lot of stigmas, whether it's sexism, racism, or anything of that nature, anything that is discriminatory in nature. People just kind of tend to follow in stereotypes that they're taught. And I definitely felt it being left-handed. It's really odd being in a room full of people that look like you, talk like you, and that, you know, genetically you all are very similar, except for this left-handed trait. Like, I was the weird kid in the room because I was left-handed. It didn't really become a serious issue, I guess because of the times that we live in. My best friend's right-handed. He has told me a couple times though that sometimes the way I do things is very illogical. And we'll joke about it, like he'll say something like, that was really, how did you think of that? Or like, why would you do something like that? It's just not right. And it's like, it's because I'm left-handed. It's kind of like a punchline type of thing. The three main things in life that have just doorknobs, most push-pull stuff, that's all on the right-hand side. So if I'm walking in, I use my left side and I have to push, and I have to like do this Wing Chun like palm push to make sure that my hand's flat on the door, so I push it open. Sometimes I'm walking and I'll do this motion and then I'll just shoot my right hand out just because I know it's easier to open the door with the right hand. Knives are usually sharpened for right-handed people. The blade does not run down the middle. It's single-sided because, you know, to cut, because you would put the force naturally on one side of the blade. And that's probably why I break knives so often, because I'm forcing the knife to cut in a way that it's not meant to be cut. Scissors are the bane of my existence. Not only because I have carpal tunnel, but because it's hard to find left-handed scissors. And it's freaking difficult to cut with your left hand using right-handed scissors. It's like you have to like angle it a certain way, and then you gotta like crimp it, and then you got it done. But the cut's all weird because you're trying to like cut it. I know you could just switch to the right hand, but whatever. But it's not safe because then you're trying to like do this. It's not familiar. That's probably why we're more likely to die because this world is meant for right-handed people. So that's all the time I've allotted for myself today. Please like, subscribe, send a comment below, all that jazz. So yeah, I'll see you later. I'll call it a night, or a good day, or a good morning, or whatever. Oh my gosh, I am tired. Okay, yeah, I'll see you later.